Yo, people, what's going on? Back again for another episode. Footy talk. What you saying, bro? The backdrop is looking a lot rich than it was before. What you saying?
I know, I'm good, man. It's coming together. The one problem I have, I've lost the desk clamp to my mic. So it's like inches away, but you can't buy the whole thing. So I'm going to spend 200 quid to get a whole new mic stand.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know. I lost the. You can't just get the desk clamp. But everything else, we're there now, pretty much. That's going to become, that is going to be this. Going to connect up to an actual camera at some point so I can actually get less dead space. Yeah, it's nearly there now. Nearly there. Only taking me a month.
No, that's all right. What you saying though? Otherwise, all good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all good. I'm just chilling. It's my mum's birthday today, so back down to Tunbridge Wells to go see the family.
Come
get
on.
hair as well, because I might actually just. Well, I'm probably going to bitch out, but I might just shave this all off, and just.
Bloody hell.
It's too hot, mate. I can't do it anymore. Grow it all back out. Get a nice skin fade. Problem is, I will either look at Patel or the EDL, so sort of pick. Have a little think.
EDL, I'm all right. You support the right club anyway for the EDL thing. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Oh, your thing's cutting in and out again, bro.
It should be. That's better now.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh my days. It's going again. This is a piss take. Right.
I can actually. I'm sweet, bruv. I'm sweet. Always good. Like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up everyone inside. Gang business. I make sure you man follow the make sure you follow the Twitch. Yeah, bruv. Obviously you can see there's some dickheads in the chat already. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you get with this platform. Do you know what I mean? Loads of sad little guys ain't got nothing better to do. So, do you know what I mean? Big up the real ones in the cup. Rants Reacts was back this weekend. You get me? So, big up everyone that's been interacting with that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's been booming still. I finally done the Felix one. You man have been asking for it for a minute. It was lit. It was super lit. Do you know what I'm saying? So, what's that, bro?
You finally done it? Because I remember you talking about the João Felix one for a few months,
Yeah, bruv. But bruv, I just had so many because I haven't been doing it because of the Euros, innit? I hadn't really been putting Rants Reacts out in it because I done 110 hours of Euro streaming for Twitch, bro. Like I didn't have no energy to be doing the Rants Reacts on top of all that. Like 110 hours just of the Euros in 4 weeks is a madness, bro. You know what I'm saying? And every game was going to flip in extra time. It was like, I think one day we done like a 6-hour stream or something because the extra time went straight into the next game and that. So, yeah, man, I needed a break.
The Italy-Belgium game, wasn't it? So you got me in.
Yeah. So I needed a break in it. So, yeah, we're back with the Rants Reacts. Man done the Foden one as well. I didn't realize he had so many fanboys as well. The ones there. That kid his PR's absolutely sensational, isn't it? He's a good footballer, but he's got a lot of fanboys in it. So, do you know what I mean? It was
that's his social media team for doing that. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, bruv, he's got a lot of fanboys. It's mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we were talking about the nuances with dribbling, in it. I think a lot of football fans don't understand, and also football fans that aren't really flair players or not technical players, they don't understand the nuances in dribbling, in it. There's different types of dribbles, in it, and I think a lot of players that are very good at carrying and protecting the ball get labeled as dribblers, and they're not really dribblers. Do you know what I mean? And it's funny because Kevin De Bruyne done when they do like teammates thing, and they said to Kevin De Bruyne, who's the best dribbler at Manchester City, and he was like, he said, Raheem Sterling. And the guy was like, what? Not David Silva? And he was like, no. It's like that. What David Silva does is not dribbling, innit? It's more like protecting the ball, innit? It's not really
ball retention and carrying the ball. I put in a different class to dribbling. For example,
it isn't
a dribbler. He carries the ball. He's like a quote unquote water boy. You know, that's what Didier Deschamps, the French team, when it's that player which protects the ball, drives up the pitch, and makes those key passes. Whereas a dribbler is we literally get out to them just to run at people, which is very.
Well, there you go. Like you said, innit? Like dribblers just run at people, innit? You get players like, for instance, like Mesut Ozil, the one matters and that. These guys protect the ball very well. They're very technically gifted in tight spaces, but they're not dribblers. If you pitch the ball out to them on the wing and they're facing someone up one-on-one, they're not going to take them on. Like, they're not. Do you know what I'm saying? They're going to cut back and pass it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what dribbling is aggressive, innit? It's very direct, and dribbling's about intent. Like, dribbling's not about technical ability, because there are players like a Saint Maximum or something like that, maybe are not as technically gifted as a David Silva, yeah, but you give him the ball on the wing, he's got his head down and he's running that, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a dribbler. And I think a lot of people mistake players with very good ball manipulation and close control with being dribblers, bro. Like, dribblers thrive in isolated situations, bro. Like, people that are good at retaining the ball, they're reactive. Someone's diving in, I might do a little sidestep shuffle, go past him and that. But you pass man the ball and he's got a defender standing off him. Can you beat him? No. So you're not a dribbler. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So when man's grown up watching dribblers, and man are like, oh yeah, like Foden's a dribbler. I'm like, well, if Foden's a dribbler, then how many times when he was playing for England, how come every time he got isolated out wide, he couldn't beat his man and either put a cross in or get a shot off or whatever? He's not a dribbler, bro. Like, he's not a dribbler. Like, someone said, oh yeah, but Foden's quicker than Jadon Sancho. I said, bruv, dribbling is not about speed. It's about intent. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a better dribbler than Jadon. He's not a better dribbler than Jack Grealish either. Like, he might be better in tight spaces in the midfield with 2-3 players around him, but that's not dribbling. Do you know what I'm saying? That's protecting the ball. That's
dribblers. You got Hazard, Sterling, Grealish. You named 3 there, right? All of them, when they dribble, what do? They take on the man. If they don't get past them, they win a foul. That's what dribbling is.
Yeah.
You know,
thank you.
Very, very different ball retention. If you've got a player who you're going to get run at someone and maybe win a foul, or like, you know, just have that little bit of style, then Pulisic obviously as well. Just in that in the comments from Tanashi.
You're right. Pulisic is a dribbler as well. Riyad Mahrez is a dribbler. If you ask, a left back, who would they rather come up against? Phil Foden or Sancho running at them. They'll pick Phil Foden every fucking day of the week, mate. Because Sancho will put the ball through your legs and over your head, innit? It's the same with Riyad Mahrez. Like, just because players are good at retaining the ball in tight spaces, that doesn't make you a dribbler. And that's what a lot of football fans do not understand, about football, bro. Like, ball retention and dribbling is not the same thing. Like, a player like Santi Cazorla as well. Brilliant ball retention. Give him the ball, 3 men around him, doesn't matter. But if you stick the ball into him by the corner flag and he's got a fullback standing in front of him, he's not going to chop man in half and go past him, because that's not his game, innit?
No, Santi Cazorla could do that.
No, Santi could. He has the ability to, but he won't do it 9 times out of 10 because he doesn't have to. Like, someone said to me, oh, is Iniesta a dribbler or ball carrier? I think Iniesta, is a hybrid of both, because Iniesta protects the ball very well, but he's aggressive. When you catch Iniesta by the corner flag, he'll put you on your ass. Like, you've seen it many, many times. Figo was another one, didn't have a lot of pace, but when he isolated a player one-on-one, Del Piero, one-on-one, he's cutting you in half, bro. Even if it's just a feint and a chop inside, he's killing you. He's not looking for a pass. As soon as he isolates you, he wants to run through you, innit? And that's what dribblers do, innit? Dribblers are ruthless, they're direct, and they've got a nastiness about them, but they just want to humiliate you, bro. Like, that's what it is, innit? And I think people mix up ball protection with ball retention and ball protection with dribbling, the art of dribbling. The art of dribbling is an art that very, very few master, especially in the modern game.
So I saw a comment saying that people think of Mason Mount's either a dribbler or I was supposed to comment, I can't find it.
Mason Mount's not really a dribbler, no, but he retains possession well.
Watching him week in, week out, he does run at people. Well, look at that.
But he does retain the ball very well. But when you look at Mason Mount, I wouldn't say, Mount's a dribbler. If anyone asked me what kind of player he was, I would say that he's very good at retaining possession. Very similar to Lingard as well. Lingard retains the ball very well. He does drive up the pitch with the ball at his feet, bounce it off, get it back. But in one-on-one situations, I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, Jay Lings is going to cook, man. He's not going to cook, man, like that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just different. It's just very different. Like someone saying Salah again. Salah's not a dribbler. He's not a dribbler, but he'll push it past you and run away.
But he won't cook people, but he'll put the ball past you and try and get
he'll put it past you and run. Exactly, but that's not dribbling though. Like Pepe's another one. Pepe is a dribbler, absolutely. That's probably one of the only things he's good at. Zaha's a dribbler. Do you know what I mean? Kovacic is a ball retention.
Yeah.
He is a good dribbler as well, but it's ball retention. It's not really isolating players. Yeah, it's not really isolating players and going past them. It's ball retention. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And that's what De Bruyne was saying about players like David Silva, Bernardo Silva, them kind of man. They're very good at retaining the ball in tight spaces under pressure, but they're not players, that you'd be worried about dribbling against you one-on-one, because they're not that kind of player, innit? And Ndombele is another one, brilliant at retaining the ball in tight spaces. Do you know what I mean? He's a good dribbler as well. Do you know what I mean? And I see it like a spectrum, innit? You're not either one or the other. There's a spectrum, innit? Some players, like Rashford, he's just a dribbler. Every time he gets the ball, he just wants to get his head down and just go, innit? And then you get other players, like say your Kovacic, who is a dribbler, but he's more on the ball retention side, but he can dribble. So he's like,
but he's a rarity. Kovacic is very much, when he plays, he doesn't really dribble at all. And if he does, he usually loses it. Not gonna lie. he
carries the ball.
If you watch him, like if you can spend a game, if we ever go to a game and he's playing, spend 10-15 minutes watching him. When he collects a ball, he's got that he's got Balkan brute mentality about him, where he balls on three guys and then just spins them and then plays out wide. Like he's ball retention. Like he dribbled a bit when he was at Inter.
but he can dribble though. Like he can go past the player, innit? And that's the thing. Like a lot of players, like in the modern game now, a lot of number 10s are getting pushed out wide. So what you're seeing a lot of them are very good at retaining the ball, but they're not very good at killing defenders one-on-one, innit? Grealish is an exception to that. He's a number 10, but he kills players. Same with Eden Hazard. Oh, come on. Different gravy, though. Different kind of footballer, man. Different kind of footballer.
There's the person, man. There's your king of dribbling.
You see someone, he's a joke. He's a joke of a dribbler. But you see players like that, even Eden Hazard, like them guys are amazing at ball retention, but they're also dribblers. Like he dribbles with a bad intention, bro. Like he wants to humiliate. Like that's what dribblers are like. Coutinho's another one. He's both. He's a dribbler and he's got ball retention. Neymar's another one, dribbling and ball retention. Whereas some people are saying Quaresma's more of a dribbler. I wouldn't say ball retention. He loses the ball a lot because he tries things, innit? Like he tries things that, he'll try nutmeg you on the halfway line. Do you know what I'm saying?
When he loses it and he at Chelsea was a nightmare.
That's what I'm saying. Frankie de Jong is again ball protection, ball carrying. Like you'll carry the ball box to box, but one-on-one, he's not really gonna cook, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people don't understand the nuances, and the difference between someone that you would class as a dribbler and someone you would class as someone that protects the ball very well, innit? It's a reactive thing. Someone comes, I put my body inside, or I drop the shoulder, go past him. You're protecting the ball. You're using your body. You're manipulating around the players. But dribbling is more aggressive. It's more like, I'm coming to see you. Like what Ian Robin used to do. He used to pick up the ball and run towards the fullback and say, all right, then come on. You're defending now. Like every time. Like he went looking for the defenders. The defenders never came looking for him. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between dribblers. Like they actually encourage the tackle.
Who is a school dribbler in the past then? Maybe that's not a winger, but is in the centre of the park. I can't think of any.
No, we never used to have dribblers in the middle of the pitch.
Lampard always go for the give and goes,
Lampard wasn't a dribbler.
Do it.
Lampard wasn't a dribbler. In old school football, you never used to get players that used to carry the ball in the middle of the park. Very rarely. Edgar Davids was one of the few midfield players that actually used to run with the ball and go past people in the middle of the park. Normally, the midfield was for the guys that passed the ball and the wingers dribbled. Like Ryan Giggs was a dribbler, bro. Like every time he picked up the ball, he was trying to nutmeg someone or try and go down the outside or try and come inside. Like his first thought was always to engage the defender, not wait for the defender to engage them and then react. Do you know what I'm saying? And dribblers are proactive. They engage the defenders. The defenders don't engage them. Do you know what I mean? And that's the difference. So when you get hybrids like Kaka as well, hybrid, Zidane, hybrid. Do you know what I'm saying? These are all elite players you're talking about. But at the normal level of football, they're not really many of them hybrids. Okocha was another one. Great at protecting the ball, but also a dribbler. You know what I'm saying? So you get those. Yaya Toure wasn't really a dribbler. He was more of a ball carrier that could dribble, but he used to drive into space and motor up the pitch, but he wasn't like standing players up and going past them. That's not Yaya Toure's bag. Yaya Toure's bag was...
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I think when you've got players that are like Yaya, also, they're not the same class. So I'm not putting them in the same class here. Like Yaya, we mentioned Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We mentioned Edgar Davids. You know, all these sort of players. They are. If you look at them, they're all built, and they're all
even like Pavel Nedved was another one. He could weave past players.
Nedved was a winger though, wasn't he? Really, he started out as a winger. He only moved.
And then he moved inside, so he still had feet. Even Bastian Schweinsteiger, when he was younger, before he came into it as a midfielder, he was a winger first. So he had brilliant feet on the inside. Do you know what I'm saying? So these kind of players are actually dribblers. They're not just players that protect the football. And I think in the modern game, if you're good in small-sided games and that, everyone's like, oh yeah, he's a winger and that. It's like, nah, you're not a winger just because you protect the ball well. Like that's not kind of how it goes. But in the modern game, players that express themselves are now getting forced out wide, because in the middle is all about having pace, about having energy, and about winning the ball back, because everyone's super obsessed with pressing the ball, winning it high up, and quick transitions now.
I'm seeing people mention Cesc Fabregas, Jack Wilshere.
They're all guys that protect the ball. They're not dribblers.
When you look at guys, right? So if you look, that Arsenal team's a very good example, right? If you look in the middle of the park, it was given guys. It was triangles.
Rosicky, Cazorla, Ozil, Cesc, Wilshere, all very good protectors of the football. They're not dribblers. They're not dribblers. They do carry the ball well, but they're reactive. Someone comes, they drop a shoulder. You might see a little 360 in there or whatever, but they're not dribblers. Like if they're isolating fullbacks one-on-one, I wouldn't put money on any of them because that's not really their bag. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not really their bag. So it's one of them ones where they're kind of Di Maria is a hybrid. He's a dribbler, but also he protects the ball well. But the likes of the Wilshires and all of those, what they do with the football gets mistaken for dribbling. That it's not dribbling. It's not. You wouldn't play Jack Wilshere on the right wing and say, all right, then go run at that left back. It's not happening, innit? It's not happening, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what it is. But again, it's about different nuances. Again, Pogba's a hybrid because Pogba can dribble like a winger.
Someone's mentioned him.
Ramsey is very good, again, ball carrying and that, but he's not gonna absolutely, like, if you put Ramsey on the wing, he's not gonna kill, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, Pogba will kill you. Pardon?
He played that wide for a little bit, Ramsey. He can do it.
He did, but he drifts in. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like Pogba, he's a killer, bro. Pogba dribbles like a midfield, like a winger, bro. Like he'll drop a step over and put you on your ass and be gone in it. Like he does that on a regular. He's a hybrid. Again, he's a freak of football in nature. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So again, like when you look at all of these players, a lot of them are one thing being mistaken for the other thing, innit? And I think it's attention to detail, innit? The people that watch football in very, very, very detail, in a lot of detail, they understand. Like he's saying David Silva wasn't a dribble, but he could dribble. Exactly.
If we were to write down a list to sort of fit people into certain categories of dribbler and ball carrier, there's loads of people just rattling names, which you've kind of touched on the point as to why they aren't certain players.
Yeah.
What would the criteria be for each column? So ball carrier drives up the pitch, releases the ball to ascertain it back. Dribbler takes on players, wins fouls, or gets into strong positions high up the pitch to allow for either a goal scoring opportunity directly or an assist. Is that fair? Is that pretty basic?
Yeah. The thing is with dribbling's about dribblers. It's about the intent in it, and it's about also being proactive instead of reactive. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like this guy said, Santi could dribble like a motherfucker. But when I think about Santi Cazorla, I don't think about dribbling. Do you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of his movement and manipulation on the ball was reactive because he played in spaces with a lot of people around him. So a man's coming here, I'm going to react, drop the shoulder, go past someone here, step inside 2 players. It's all reacting. Whereas dribblers are proactive. They pick up the ball and they seek a duel. They're like, you, me and you, we're going now. Like you saw it. Ribéry used to do it. Robin used to do it. They pick up the ball and they look at the fullback and they say, yep, isolation time. Wilfred Zaha, Yannick Bolasie, these guys, they go looking for their fullback so they can toast them. That's what dribblers do, innit? Jaden does the same thing. Felix does the same thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like them guys seek out a duel, innit? They don't try and drift into the spaces and pick up the ball in the spaces where there's not people. They actually welcome, They used to welcome the duel, innit? The one-on-one, the isolated things like Jack Grealish. He'll put his foot on the ball and stop dead and look at the defender and say, cool, I'm going down the line. Are you coming with me? And go past him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's the dribbling. Like, Pepe's a dribbler at Arsenal. Someone said the last dribbler at Arsenal was Alexis. Pepe's very much a dribbler. Same with Nani as well.
Alexis, where he was a dribbler, he also, just because of the way he was built, he was also more ball carrier.
And he protected the ball with his body, like turning and stuff like that.
He took people on, but it was realistically the way he played with his body shape as well. It was just.
I wouldn't really call him a dribbler like Pepe's a dribbler.
Yeah.
Pepe's a proper dribbler, like almost a pure dribbler. Like Javinho at Arsenal was a dribbler. Again, just a pure dribbler. Every time he got the ball, he was just trying to go past man, innit?
What about Gaza?
Ooh, Gaza was a hybrid. He was both. He was like Jack Grealish. That's why I think Gaza is like. I think Jack Grealish is literally a Gaza regen, bro.
Oh, careful, because we've had a lot of those. Remember?
But I think Grealish is the real one. I think Foden's the one they want it to be. But I think that Grealish is what they think Foden is. Like Grealish is the guy that I would put the country on Grealish's back because I believe that he's strong enough to carry it.
Yeah. The thing with Foden is the way he plays. If you watch it during the year as well, I don't know if it was me and you that had this conversation. I was having it with somebody else. If you look at how he plays, his body was always faced inwards, which he wasn't a dribbler because he'd always try and carry it because the way he plays at City, he always looks to bounce. Always looks to bounce. Yeah. So I think if you watch the Euros of England, he tried to take someone on. If he couldn't, he'd turn his body and try to ball roll them until he had an option. Yeah. And then get the option, play it, and then try and go down the line to get it back. That's the difference between dribblers and ball retention players. If you're you're at Manchester City, 9 times out of 10, you are a ball retention player. They only have
100%,
2 or 3.
They don't have many risk-taking players in the team because Pep's not really a risk taker. It's all about keeping the ball and wearing down the opposition. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Nani was a dribbler, like pure dribbler. And dribblers take a lot of risks and lose the ball a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is it, bro. Dribblers are aggressive. Ball carriers are more passive. They tend to react to what's around them, whereas dribblers create the environment they want to work in. They'll be like, cool, I'm going to look for this guy. I'm cooking it. You know what I mean? Mahrez is really the only dribbler at Man City. The only real, what you'd call dribbler. And Pep don't play him that much. So, do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally it, man. Ball carries are super, super important. But what I'm saying is, don't mistake players that carry the ball and break the lines from carrying the ball with being dribblers. They're not dribblers. Do you know what I'm saying? And Kevin De Bruyne will tell you that. He's one of the best midfielders in the world at carrying the ball, but he's not a dribbler by any means. Do you know what I mean? Steven Gerrard was amazing at carrying the ball in midfield as well, but he wasn't a dribbler, not by any means.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So I think people need to understand the difference between the two. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really that. And now people have mentioned Ben Arfa. Like, he's a fucking dribbler, bro. Like, he's as raw of a dribbler as you can find, innit?
Where is he? Is he still playing?
Yeah, I think he's playing in France. Hatem Ben Arfa.
He's at Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Now he's 34. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is he really?
34.
Wow, I did not realize, bro. I did not realize.
Do you know what? He could have had an opportunity when he left Newcastle, right? Went to Nice, and then he wasted it by spending 2 years at PSG. The man would have been on a different level if he'd not gone to PSG.
Ooh, that's mad. And 100%, Matthew, dribblers are more suited to teams without a system, and ball carriers are more suited to system, which is exactly why I knew that Phil Foden wasn't going to work for England. Because the way he plays with ball retention, he needs players around him, bro. Like, the whole point of retaining the ball is you're waiting for someone to come and give you an outlet. You know what I mean? And when you're playing for England, no one ever comes. And this is the problem, which is why someone like Sterling will thrive more for England, because you give him the ball and then you just kind of let him get on with it. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I think teams lower down the league. So I think if we go to just go the table up, right? I guarantee you, if we were to tot up in each team the dribblers versus the ball retention players lower down the table, you're going to find more players that dribble with the ball. For example, I think the one anomaly there is Leeds. Burnley. It's going to sound ridiculous. Burnley, what are you? You got Dwight McNeil. Let me get the squad up. I can literally, because Burnley was the one that stuck in my head just purely to how they play. I know people are going to laugh. You're going, Burnley. So here you go. Just hear me out, lads. All right. Burnley, you've got Robbie Brady, Dwight McNeil, Goodmanson, Jay Rodriguez, Vidra. Oh shit! Robbie Brady's gone. What?
To where?
He's a free agent. I didn't realise that.
Yeah, but to be fair, if they're not gonna renew someone's contract, they're not gonna tell us.
That's true. I mean, you had 4 or 5 players there where it's sort of people where if you look, if so the teams that kind of just sit and soak up, they soak the pressure and then they distribute out to the wings. And then the individual players do what they want. Same with Rodrigo. Same with even Rafinha as well at Leeds. He's a dribbler. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people mistake guys, that are quick. People think that dribbling's about pace. Dribbling's not about pace. Dribbling's about intent. Like, you just got to watch Luis Figo, bro. Luis Figo was never really that quick, but he was killing people in isolation. Killing them, bro. Same with Del Piero. Del Piero was absolutely cooking people. Like, 13-year-old Lou Benedetti versus 22-year-old Lou Benedetti, 2 very different players. One was like Andy Reid on the right wing, would just take people on and try and have a go. Then you got Lou. He matured into a much more, classic centre midfielder. Kind of dropped into the space, had a bit of a motor next to him, but just loved the distribution and just cracking out the passes, keeping it simple. 2 very different players, world class in my opinion. But
I hear that, edit. But man are getting cooked in slow motion. Like, literally, you could put a centre back in front of them, or wing back in front of them in a phone box, and they're killing them. In a phone box, bro. Like Figo will end up on the other side of you in a phone box, bro. Like, and that's what it is, man. And speaking of phone boxes, bruv, like, what's going on with Chelsea, bruv? The phone's been quiet, innit? Like, what's been going on, bro? I'm hearing that you man are going after Lewandowski now because
let's have a look at news now. To be fair,
because the Haaland thing, is looking like a next season thing.
Do you know? I think we've been linked with Danny Ings, which, as you very well know, I'm a very big fan of. I think that the thing is with Chelsea is because we literally did a shit ton of business last year. It's now just a case of waiting to get those 1 or 2 very, very key components. So I'm not too worried. But when Chelsea linked with Lewandowski, it happens every year. So I'm there like, whatever. It's the brand new Hulk transfer. Remember, we were always linked with Hulk for every decade. You sat there like, cool, Hulk's coming. Kalidou Koulibaly was another one for about 3 years. Yeah, he's done Chelsea. Is he really though? It's like I don't know. It's quiet, but I'm not really too bothered, to be honest. It's kind of, it'll slowly come.
Danny Ings would be a good stopgap, for if you bring in Erling Haaland next season. I think that
people are laughing, right? But listen, if you're laughing at Danny Ings just because he's an English player, you don't know ball. It's that simple. Go look at his stats.
Yeah.
Do it right now. Just literally come on, stay on the stream, open a new tab, go to transfer market and look at Danny Ings the past 2 years when he's been playing regular football at a team which can barely string 3 or 4 passes together.
Yeah.
Mate,
he'll get goals. He'll get goals at Chelsea, bro. Like, because the amount of possession you have, and I don't think I've seen Ings in a possession-based team, because even at the Liverpool team that he was at the time, it wasn't really possession-based, innit? I think that you'll wear teams down and you'll create opportunities for Danny Ings to score. And I think that he's at the maturity. What's his age now? I think he's in his prime now.
I think he's 28.
Yeah, he's in his prime now. I think the Liverpool move was possibly too early for him.
The thing is with Danny Ings, if he stays fit, he's unbelievable. He scored, I think he scored 22 goals. Was it 22 goals a couple of years ago? Hang on. Oh, hello. Big interesting thing from Liverpool, though. This was 6 hours ago. Jordan Henderson's Liverpool future could be in doubt. Talks to renew his contract, which currently runs to 2023, began weeks ago, and there's been no real process. Neither side wants to run out of these, but it could leave the door open for Jordan Henderson to leave.
I don't think Jordan Henderson will be allowed to leave for the simple fact that they've lost Genie on a free as well. If Jordan Henderson leaves, like, Liverpool are in a lot of trouble, because I don't feel like they have enough time here to replace his influence in it. And I don't know, it's a weird one. I think that it's a power play from Henderson. I think he'll get the money that he wants. I don't see there ever being a situation where Liverpool allow him to leave.
No, it seems about right. Yeah, here you go. Hang on, let me get these stats up. I've got them here. Okay, so I tell you what, this isn't a bad return either for a player which hasn't played at very high level teams, and when he's been at one, he didn't play at all. In 140 Premier League appearances, Danny Ings has scored 55 goals and got 13 assists.
It's better than 1 in 3. You can't argue with that. And that's at a team, yeah. And that is at teams that weren't challenging for the majority of the time. You have to respect it, bro. 22 goals in the 19-20 season, bro. He's a very good player. Danny Ings is very disrespected, similar to Jermaine Defoe. Jermaine Defoe always bagged goals, and man always disrespected him. Jermaine Defoe could have played for a top 4 team. Tottenham won a top 4 team at the time. Jermaine Defoe probably should have been at Arsenal. Probably should have been at Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? But Arsenal didn't get him when they should have got him. Do you know what I mean? But he's a top 4 player. I believe Danny Ings is a top 4 striker. Like, he is, innit? I'm not saying he starts for a top 4 team, but he deserves to be at a top 4 team.
This season, for a player which is constantly injured, he played 29 games in the league for someone who's always injured, apparently. 12 goals, 4 assists, 1 in 2 goal contributions.
Respect.
3 games in the FA Cup, scored 1. Last season, played every single game for Southampton, scored 22 goals, got 2 assists. Mate,
it's not bad.
Disrespected.
Again, he's another one
when he was there.
Bro, he's another one. His face doesn't fit. Do you know what I mean? Like, his name's not sexy enough, bro. So because of that, do you know what I'm saying? Like, man, like Inzaghi and that, bro. If it was Inzaghi, yeah, then, you know what I'm saying? I reckon people would put a bit more respect on his name, bro.
Stealing that, by the way. If you chance for Chelsea, put that on a shirt. Just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, bro, you gotta get, bro. You can do it, bro.
That's it. No, I'm calling that. Whenever he's a baller, his name is. It's not Danny Ings. It's Daniele Inzaghi. Inzaghi. Man, like Daniele Inzaghi. That's it.
Yeah,
and when Federico Chiesa comes to the Premier League, he doesn't get Federico. He gets referred to as Fred Church. That's it.
100%.
You just call him Fred Church. You've got to make those sexy players less sexy to put it on a par and make it an even playing field.
Yeah. It's a madness. That's what I'm saying, bro. Right. Like, bro. Yeah, I remember when I said this as well, and bare people got in their feelings, bro. The Defoe thing. And that wasn't, again, you know what it is with people? That wasn't me saying that Defoe's better than Rooney. That's me saying, yeah, that the positions that Jermaine Defoe picks up in a team that creates loads of chances, bro, he would have outscored, man. Because I think in Rooney's Manchester United career, I think he only scored more than 30 goals, I want to say once. Do you know what I mean? I want to say once. You guys correct me in the chat, please. But I think only one season he got over 30 goals.
Wayne Rooney, yeah?
Yeah, in one season. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know Jermaine Defoe, yeah, bruv, he's bagging 30 goals, yeah. Like, if Jermaine Defoe, prime Jermaine Defoe, played at a Man United or a Chelsea or something like that, he'll bag 30 goals a season more than once in his Premier League career for sure. Because he was just a bagsman, bro. Like, the bro is still banging goals in fucking Scotland the other day or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Jermaine Defoe was so disrespected, it's unbelievable.
Detailed stats. Here we go.
Oh, two times Rooney got 30 plus. Only twice in his whole career. Rooney was more than goals, exactly, but Defoe wasn't more than goals. He was just goals. Do you understand what I'm saying? He was just goals. And that's what I'm saying. Because Defoe was just goals, I believe he would have outscored, man. That's what I said.
Premier League era, Rooney never hit 30. In the Premier League, never hit 30 goals.
Yeah, that's for all competitions. He got 30.
Sorry. Let me.
But that's what I'm saying. But he never hit 30 in the Prem. But I'm saying, like, how many times did he even hit 25 in the Prem?
Twice.
Only twice.
I think.
That's it. In about 13 years, or was it more than that?
Sorry. Let me correct myself. One. Hang on. No, that's the appearances. I'm being blind here. No, only twice.
Twice. He hit over 25. He never hit 30 in his whole career. I'm telling you that if Jermaine Defoe was playing at a Man United or Chelsea or whatever, he would have hit 25 goals. More than twice in his career. Like, I can say that comfortably in my chest, just because the guy bagged goals even at dead teams, bro.
Even though I'm looking at all that, right?
What's that, my bro?
League era, Rooney he didn't actually play as a striker.
But he didn't. But that has to be taken into consideration of the argument, and that's why I said, yeah, when you look at Rooney's numbers, yeah, if you divide them by the years he played, because he never played as an out-and-out striker, the numbers aren't stupid. They're not crazy, innit? Like, Jermaine Defoe is an out-and-out striker and only played striker. So numbers-wise, yeah, he would have been hitting those numbers or above, I'm confident of, because he was just a striker. Jermaine Defoe was all about goals. Just also, like Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy's all about goals, isn't it? Like, he's not about anything else. He's just about goals. If he's not scoring, you might as well not play him, innit? But them kind of players there, they're all about goals, bro. Do you know what I mean? Rooney was everything.
Jermaine Defoe. Net values.
One second, bro. You're cutting up, bro.
Is that better? Should be better now.
Yeah.
Jermaine Defoe. Oh wow!
1 second. You're doing the cutting in and out thing again, bro. But you got Defoe's numbers up, so once I get you back here, it'll be interesting to hear them.
Share screen. Here you go. You got it?
Yeah, I see you. Cool.
So,
how do you zoom in on that? Can you zoom in on that?
Oh, yeah, hang on a minute.
There we go.
I'm going to zoom out a little bit. That's too much. There you go. So, what's that? So, 496.
It's about 1 in 4. It's about 1 in 4.
Pure goal contributions, though, is 200 goal contributions, isn't it?
Yeah, but let's not do the contributions thing because he's a goal scorer, isn't it?
Look at that. Mate, even then, 43 appearances in the Scottish Premiership, 21 goals.
It's better than 1 in 4 in the Premier League. It's better than 1 in 4.
Europa League, 20 appearances, 14 goals. EFL Cup, 36, 22, 37, 19.
Them numbers are crazy, bro. And you've got to take into consideration Defoe wasn't always starting as well at some of these clubs for some reason because he was too small, really. Do you know what I'm saying? That the guy his goal to game ratio is actually horrible. Bro, it's mad. It's actually mad.
7 caps, 20 goals.
The guy got 20 goals in 57 caps for England and hardly got picked for England.
Jesus.
He was ruthless, bro. Look at it, says playing as a centre forward. There, 372 goals. No, 373 games, it says, and 170 something goals. So pretty much 1 in 2 almost.
That's ridiculous.
That's a joke, bro. Natural goal scorer, just a bagsman, bro. 1 in 2, pretty much, playing up front. Bro.
Interesting to see that apparently he played 1 game as a defensive midfielder.
Bro, what was that?
I don't think it's not going to show you, but it says he played 1 game as a defensive midfielder. Here, those 50 games behind the set there as a second striker. See, this is the epitome of big man, little man, because that was definitely Jermaine Defoe. That was definitely Peter Crouch. That's just that as though there. I remember when he got played out on the wing. That was a fucking waste.
Yeah.
It was a waste of him being played out on the wing. Like, honestly, like, but people don't respect it. People don't respect it.
No, they don't, bro. And this is the thing. Defoe's so underrated and so disrespected, bro. Like, this is what it is. So when I said, yo, Defoe would have bagged more goals if he played in a Man United team, bare people thought, oh my God, like, you're saying Defoe's better than Rooney. No, bro. Like, Defoe, it needs less chances to score goals because he's just about goals, bro. Like, when it comes to just out and out finishing, he's one of the best finishers that the Premier League have ever seen. And he doesn't get his flowers, bro.
To say that as well, though, I think bear in mind as well, back end of his Premier League when he was at Sunderland, he was, a lot of those were penalties as well, to be fair.
Yeah, of course. But Wazza took pens as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just one of them ones where, like, I don't mind. You see, when strikers take penalties, I don't mind. I have an issue with midfielders stat padding pens and that. Like, I think Jorginho was your top scorer one season, wasn't he, from the spot?
I don't remember that year. What are you talking about? That never happened.
In the Premier League, I think he was your top scorer in the Prem. I think it might have been this season. What?
What are you talking about?
It might even have been this season. Man, like George. Hey, bruv. Nah, it was this season, bruv. What's man telling me?
No. What are you talking about? I don't believe you. No, never happened.
Bro, I have an issue with midfielders, being top scorers of their football club from the penalty spot with 7 goals. This is what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with strikers scoring penalties because strikers' jobs are to shoot in the box anyway. So I don't count. When strikers score penalties, I don't care. When midfielders are getting double figures in the season because they're taking set pieces, it's booky, bruv, because it doesn't tell the full picture. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen.
I'm saying listen several times, see if it would give me 5 seconds to come up with an excuse. Yeah, it's peak.
There you go, innit? When your top scorer is a midfielder, there's something wrong. That's one thing I would say. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that the strikers are for the penalties. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we discussed the Lewandowski thing. Do you think that you're in for him, or do you think that's newspaper talk? I heard you, man, were linked to him even last season. That's why I feel like there's legs in it. Also, he's got the sexy name that your manager likes. You know what I mean? Your owner loves a sexy striker name, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? He loves it.
I don't know why we'd bother spending that much money on a 30-something-year-old centre forward. And people are like, but it's Robert Lewandowski. Yes, he's also over 30. He completely goes against everything that Chelsea do. The only reason we signed Thiago Silva over on a contract we did was because of, 1, the name, and 2, he was a free transfer. Lewandowski's not a free transfer.
One thing I would say on that, Louis, is Lewandowski to Chelsea could be your Robin van Persie to Manchester United. Comes in, wins the league. Like, it could be that.
Yeah, but at the same time, as great as that is, we won several of those. And I'm kind of there a bit like, it's not these
Chelsea man, bro. What am I? Hey, man said we won several of those.
We weren't in the position that you guys were when you got Robin van Persie, which was holy fuck. We've been pipped to the post by this team, which kind of just came. We were in a position. The Chelsea team's being built it's being built to consistently compete in the future. So I'm looking at this, I'm going, right, I'm looking at Erling Haaland, right? And I am very much one of the people who's in the position that realistically it's not going to happen. But let's just take a look at it. Erling Haaland is not the same level of centre forward as Rob Lewandowski. Let's just say that straight off the bat. However, he is a young centre forward who's already one of the best in the world, in a position to continue to develop. 150 million is very much, I look at as an investment. It's the same as as Havertz, where you look at these players and you go, do you know what, like, you're spending £75 million on a 21-year-old, is what we do with Havertz. You obviously expect him to do stuff that season, which he has. You know, for me personally, he's already paid off his bill by scoring in the Champions League final and basically winning it. You know, he's paid it off, done. However, you're already looking at him as a player who is continuing to develop. The back end of the season, he was superb. Look at him as a long-term prospect who not only, if he does well in the next couple of years, next 3-4 years, and Real Madrid come calling, we're getting our money back and we've got a great player out of it as well, which is what we're looking at. The same goes for Erling Haaland. 150 million, a bit more of a struggle to get your money back. But the market is going to continue to grow, as it does with every single bit of football business every single year. Erling Haaland, very much like Neymar, I believe, would transfer the shape of the market again.
Yeah.
If Neymar blew the bubble up, I think under centre forwards, where you're looking at Danny Ings, like a £40 million forward. If Chelsea go and sign Erling Haaland for 150, just because of that transfer deal, like the stock market, you're then going to look at Danny Ings as a £60-70 million forward, just purely because of that situation. And players in Erling Haaland are 200, 300, 400. That's what you're going to be at. I think Erling Haaland is the smarter investment. It's great to have short-term success, which is very much the here and say it's not. Side is also looking for sustainability. The reason that Chelsea's short-term success was so good over the last decade, or since 2014, purely because you have
your internet's doing the most again, bro. Jump out and jump back in, bro. Because your Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi is doing the Harlem Shake, bro. I don't know what's going on. Yo, big up everyone inside. I mean, waiting for Lou to jump back in. His internet's doing the mad thing, bro. Just when he was starting to talk about Holland. But bro, I think that even if Chelsea sign him for like 150 million, yeah, I still think that they could make a profit on him. I reckon Real Madrid would pay that. I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I mean? Big up everyone inside. Yo, man, if you're on Twitch Prime or shall I say Amazon Prime Gaming, make sure you subscribe to me on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube as well, make sure you follow me on Twitch, man. More news about Twitch coming up in probably this week, innit? Do you know what I mean? I'll have an announcement to make regarding that platform and what we're doing for the new season.
Right. What did you get up to?
Bruv, what the hell is up with this Wi-Fi today, bro?
Hey,
what is it? Are you plugged in directly, or are you on the Wi-Fi?
I'm on the Wi-Fi, bro, but normally it works fine. It's only ever when me and you stream that it goes fucked up. Every single.
You need to get a plug-in, you know. You need to get a plug-in, bro.
It's yeah, I am. The plug's there, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, you literally need to just get one of them Ethernets, bruv, and plug it straight in directly, bro.
I'll get one. I'll get that sorted for next week. Right, can you hear me now though? Is it all right?
I can hear you now. I think that you make your money back on Erling, bro. I genuinely do. Even if you spend 140 million, I believe that Real Madrid would pay at least that to get him.
They would, but bear in mind as well, we wouldn't make our money back purely because Mino Raiola wants to make Erling Haaland the first £1 million a week player. You then also got to pay his fee, and you've got to pay Alfie Inge Haaland his fee as well, and they want 20% each. you're already looking at 30 million ahead. So for the full transfers, you're looking at 210 million pound just for the transfer, and then you've got potentially 1 million pound a week. Have that for 3 years. That's what 150 million, 156 million. So on top of that, you're paying 300. You're nearly paying 400 million pound for him.
Yeah,
that's. Is he worth that? No, nobody on the planet is worth that much money. But in terms of the landscape which we're in terms of football, it balances. It makes a little bit more sense.
No, I think the overall package for him, it doesn't make sense going for him this season. I think that, I don't know, man. I think that Louis just makes sense. I think Lewandowski makes sense, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think it makes so much sense, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Just because he wouldn't cost a lot of money. I think he guarantees goals. He looks after himself. I think that he's still got another 2 seasons at the very, very, very top.
How old is he now? 33?
He's 32. He's 32. He's going to be 33 this year, though. But, bruv, Cavani's 35, bro. Like, and he's still banging goals for Man United at the top level in football, bro. Like, so... And Lewandowski looks after himself. Like, he does. He's in brilliant shape. Like, he's been on that Bayern Munich vitamins, bruv. You know them ones. The guy's got... His muscles got muscles and shit. Like, he'll be fine. I don't think his age is a factor. And also, he's not a player that relies on pace. He's very much an intelligence player. Man United signed Zlatan, I think, at 35 years old. I believe that Lewandowski's got at least another three years at the top, 2 to 3 years.
You think Lewandowski is in that Zlatan class of peak physical fitness?
Yeah, absolutely. His physique is elite level. Like, Zlatan is a freak. Don't get me wrong. Zlatan's he's a titan, innit? But if you look at Lewandowski physically, he's in amazing shape, bro. And do you know what I'm saying? They're both from Eastern Europe as well. They're built different, them man there, bro. Like, they're built different. Like, Modric is still kicking ball now, fam. He's how old is he? Like 36, bro. I think Lewandowski another 3 years at the top.
How much is he on? Let's see if I can.
He won't be on anywhere near what Erling Haaland's gonna want.
Oh, fucking hell! Oh, I think I'm about to change my own mind, and I rarely do that. Hang on.
Well, the guy just bagged 40 goals and beat Gerd Muller's record.
He's on 20 million a year, which is
about 200 grand a week.
Is it 20? No, it's wait. No, it's about nearly 400 grand a week, mate.
Nah, hold up.
That's it. How many zeros in 20 million? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 after.
Yeah,
he's on 20 million a year.
So 384.6 thousand a week. And 50 weeks a year.
384, yep, that's it. And then divide that by 52.
It's 84 grand. He's on nearly on 400 grand a week. Who is Chelsea's highest paid player?
Is that euros?
Yeah. Oh, that's it. 384 euros then. 330,000 pound a week.
Bomba.
If I do that again.
Are you sure?
I've looked at this. I've looked on Google, so it's not
384,000 euros a week. Nah, that can't be right, surely. Chelsea's
highest paid player. Oh wow. Chelsea's highest paid players. I want to say only. He's only on 170 grand a week.
That's fine. He'll pay Louis that though, because he's a striker. Do you know what I mean? I thought he was on about 250 sterling, yeah. But if he's on about 300 sterling, 320 sterling, like I reckon Roman would pay that still. I reckon he would pay him the 400.
But then the problem that you've got is you're looking at players who are then going to be turning around and going, cool.
I don't think so, though. You know why? You know why? Because if I'm Roman Abramovich, I'm saying, listen, guys, do any of you at this football club that you think you're on the same level as Ballon d'Or favorite Robert Lewandowski? Yes or no? And if you say yes, you can go home because you're lying. It's that simple. You don't have a player anywhere near as good as him, so you can't compare yourself to this guy, like, on wages, bro. Know your place, innit? Like, that's just how it is. So, like, really and truly, he's worth that money, bro. Like, are you, man, going to score the amount of goals that Lewandowski's going to score? No. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's earned his stripes, he's earned his wages, he's earned his right to name his price, bro. Like, he's a goal scorer, he's a match winner. You do not have that. There's not a single player at Chelsea that can say, yo, I'm a match winner by myself. I can win us a football match. You don't have that.
Outside of Lewandowski, do they have that at Bayern Munich?
Not really, which is why he's still on the money he's on, bro. Because Bayern ain't paying everyone that.
So if that's the position that they're in, they're not going to sell him. The only reason Dortmund would sell Haaland is because that's their model. Their model is to build talent.
Yeah.
Bayern will just turn around and be like, no. Let's not just turn around. And Karl-Heinz Rummenigge is just going to turn around and be like, fuck off. Literally what's going to happen. He'll go, he scored 40 goals. And he want to give us 100 mil. Pay 150 million for Haaland. That's literally what he's going to do.
Yeah.
It's as much as we can sit here and debate how good Lewandowski is, and there is no contest. I'd say, there is no contest. He's the best centre forward in the world.
Yeah, he is.
I'd say it's him, and then by more of a distance after the Euros, Harry Kane's probably the second best centre forward on the planet. I only say that because Haaland's still developing in terms of players in their prime and just pushing on. No, Kane's done it consistently. But it's someone just said Yaya Sanogo. But yeah, no, I think we'll have to see.
I don't know. We will. One thing I would say is the guys saying, "Oh, Chelsea want long term, bro." Chelsea want success, innit? To take care of long term success, you have to take care of short term success, bro. Like having a Robert Lewandowski for 2 to 3 seasons, does not mess up the long term. What that does is, it puts you in a comfortable position in the short term. And if you take care of the short term, it takes care of the long term. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, innit? And I think that he's the guy that I'd go for right now, because he wouldn't cost he would probably cost a third of what Haaland would cost. His wages will be cheaper, and he guarantees goals and plenty of them. There's not going to be no, I need to get used to the Premier League. He's in the prime of his career. He's 32 years old. He's got loads of international pedigree. I believe he's the captain of his country. He's played on every stage. He's experienced. Brother, it's a no-brainer for me. If someone's saying £50 million gets you a Robert Lewandowski, Man United, I believe, paid 25 million for Robin van Persie. Like, in this current climate, it's around the same amount of money. If you look at inflation and all these other things, 50 million euros or whatever for Robert Lewandowski is an absolute steal, bruv. It's an absolute steal for me. So if he was offered to my football club for that money, I'm paying the fucking money, and I'm giving him the 400 grand a week, because De Gea is on 375 now, mate, and he scores own goals. So I'll take Lewandowski, bro.
Is he getting a move at all, Daya, or is he?
I've not heard much of it. All I know is Tom Heaton played yesterday for us, even though David De Gea didn't play in the Euros. So I don't know why he's got a holiday. Like, he hasn't played any football. I don't really know what's going on.
Who knows? But it's going to be an interesting window. If we don't, I think if we sign Danny Ings as a stopgap, and it's a case of we thought, you know what, we'll just compete the 75 million and try and sign, Haaland and fight the clubs for it, then so be it. But I think for us to fight the clubs, we have to retain the Champions League trophy, And if we do that, I might not be here to be having conversation next year because I've had a fucking heart attack. Well, that's just like it's just it's nuts. Fuck knows. Fuck knows.
Nah, 100%, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, guys, it's been lit. You already know what it is. I big up everyone inside. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. Let's get them likes up, man. We've had, what, 1.3 pretty much here the whole time, and the likes ain't even at 100. I mean, 500. It's not really the thing, you get me? So, mods, make sure you push that up. Do you know what I mean? You lot make sure you follow Louis' YouTube channel. The link is in the title, the hyperlink, so make sure you click that. Make sure you follow him. It's just, yeah, bruv, like, it's just gonna be a good week, man. Obviously, it's roasting. I see you man complaining about the weather and that. You know what it is, yeah. There's gonna be thunderstorms soon, so just enjoy the sun while it's here, because thunderstorms are due this week, from tomorrow or something like that. So
amateurs,
so it's gonna be a bit of a mad thing, you know, like that. What you got going on anyway on your channel this week, bro?
Well, considering now this is pretty much done, I've got to get a couple of mics. As of Wednesday, transfer news, 5 o'clock, 5 bits of news in 5 minutes every single day. Half an hour show. Internet's fucking done it again as I'm talking. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, you're doing the mad thing.
Oh, mate, hang on. Let's see if I can whack it in the comments if you can't hear me.
No, but I can hear you now.
Okay, so as well as that, so obviously you have the 5 and 5 every day. Chelsea Echo can be doing a daily transfer roundup, 30 minutes dissecting those 5 stories for you in depth. Imperial Wolf can be back in the next couple of weeks. With a sick thing going on where all the stuff in the back end of last season, we haven't released it because we're actually making it into a documentary. We're working with somebody to turn that into something really cool, and it may be on a streaming platform at some point. I can't tell you what streaming platform it is yet, but it might be. Podcast be coming, and yes, it's all done now. I'm moved in, so I have no excuses to not make any more videos. And I might bring back Gazzetta. I'll do that a couple of days a week. How about that? But yeah, that's I'm a busy boy. Come
on, love to see it, man. So make sure you follow Louis' channel. Big up everyone inside. I think me and Lee Gunner are at 4, and then I'm back at 7 with Harj at 7 o'clock for Footy Talk. Keep an eye on the Instagram as well, people. Obviously, Sunday's the league decider. The league decider for us. We win our game on Sunday, we win the league. It's open to the public, so the details are going to be on Instagram. If you're London based, come down and support. Definitely come down and support my team, man. It's the massive game, man. Last game of the season. So yeah, man. Appreciate you guys' support as always. I'm saying, so yeah, everyone asking about the Danny Ings stuff. I mean, not Danny Ings, sorry, Ben White stuff. I'll speak about it with Lee Gunner on his show at 4 o'clock. So I'll see you guys on Lee Gunners at 4, and then I'm back with Harj at 7, people. Big up yourselves. Again, make sure you follow me on Twitch, and don't forget that clip when you said we'd win the league. I haven't forgotten. So it's fine. Do you know what I mean? One more game, people. Big up yourselves, and I'll catch you, man, back here at 7 and on Lee's